Good evening, everybody. Game Time Brian, otherwise known as the Mailman, coming at you with my reaction video to the Cowboys hosting the New York Football Giants. What do I think? It's what I expected. I'm not going to get too high over this, but I'm going to be excited at least what we were able to do. The Giants stink with a capital S. We did what we had to do. There was a lot of junk. I mean, the Giants scored at the end. You know, it was non-exciting, but we did some good things, and we're going to break it down as we always do. We're going to treat this game for what it is. It's a W. Other teams have gotten W's as well. We've had more blowouts than anybody. Now, we've played a lot of bad teams, but so has everybody else in our division. We shall see. We just got to keep piling up the W's, and we will be happy. Washington left hand ups. They blew it. We beat the Giants. Eagles were on a bye. Looks like the 49ers got healthy again. Seattle, they did what they had to do to beat Washington. Like I said to Mark the other day, I expect to win the next 5 games, including today. So the Eagles game aside, let's just focus on the next 3, okay? We got next Sunday at 1 o'clock. I could probably pull up a line if you want. Early line for that game. We are on the road in Carolina. So let's see. I'll tell you that right now. We are on the road in Carolina, and we are a 10 and a half point favorite on the road against the Carolina Panthers. So we won today. So now we are 6-3. So we are 2 full games behind the Eagles as of right now. So we win the game. We go to 7-3. Then we come home on Thanksgiving. We play the Commanders. We got to win that game. We are on a 12-game home winning streak. That will we'll go to 8-3, and then that following Thursday we remain home. This is where we have 4 out of 5 at home. This is where we need to make our hay while the Eagles have a tough schedule. Like I said, we were home today. We're at Carolina next week, where we're a double-digit favorite. We'll be home against Washington, and then home again the following Thursday. This is where the 4 games in 18 days I'm actually excited about, because it's a way to rack up some wins. Like I told everybody, people look at it like, man, it's not fair. We got to play 4 games in 18 days. Yeah, but when you're playing teams that you should win and you're going to be favored in every game, bring it on. We closed the gap quick, setting up that December 10th showdown between us and the Birds. Can't wait for that, but we have work to do before we get there. So I think Washington on Thanksgiving, I think we'll have some momentum in that one. I think we'll take care of business. Seattle will be the test, because that's the last game prior to the Eagles coming in. And we might be looking ahead. I don't see how we can, but we will get to there. Getting back to today's game, there were some good things. We saw less of Tony Pollard running up the middle and more of Rico Dowdle. But let me just get to some of the stats here. Some of the stats we have: Tommy, not Danny, DeVito, 14 for 27 for 86 yards. They had 2 TDs. One was there was the Dak interception where it was totally Dak's fault to set him up deep, and then the last one, the last one was crap. But regardless, 1 INT. Saquon Barkley, 13 rushes for 66 yards. Tommy DeVito was our next best rusher for 7 for 41. Not much else happening. Darius Slayton, 3 for 21. Daniel Bellinger, 2 for 34. Not much happening today. It was a total thumping of the Cowboys. Dak Prescott, 26 for 35, 404 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 1 interception. He had 138.3 QB rating. Rico Dowdle ran pretty well, 12 for 79, and Tony Pollard, 10 for 55. Rico had a 6.6-yard average and scored a touchdown. I'm liking Rico in the middle, a change of pace with Tony. I'm loving it. Brandon Cooks, he showed up, and he showed up big time. Talking pregame with DMV on Mark's channel, he was saying he looked at the film and, he wasn't getting separation. I mean, hey, listen, man, I defer to the guy who won a Super Bowl and knows what he's doing, Brian Broaddus. Nothing against DMV, but he said that he was open quite often last week. Dak didn't have a lot of time, but they made it a point to get the ball to his hand, and I think it helps the team when you do that because your CD's going to be double-teamed anyway and shaded, but Cooks isn't. So if we need to start looking at Cooks. That'll make everybody eat. But again, that's my opinion. He had 9 for 173 and a touchdown. CeeDee Lamb had another 11-catch game, 11 for 151. I did say possibly 200-yard game just based on the secondary. 11 for 151 and a touchdown. Michael Gallup, 2 for 70 and a touchdown. My guy, I've been calling for him. 4 for 39, Jalen Brooks. Love me some Jalen Brooks. He's a rookie. He's going to be special in this league. Mark my words. Jake Ferguson, another solid day with a touchdown, 4 for 26. Just a all-around good game. It's what you're supposed to do. It's what you're supposed to do to bad teams. And we do that to bad teams, especially this year. Where we struggle is against the good teams. Which is not a good trend, but we were right there last week. Shout out to the Eagles for winning at home. You were the favorite. You covered the 3.5, whatever it was by game time. I think it was 3. You did what you had to do. You were the home team. Like I said at the beginning of the year, I think we split. We're going to take that December 10th game. Mark it down. If not, then I'm going to bend the knee at that point. But either way, I think this sets up a third meeting with the Eagles in the playoffs. It's just my opinion. We'll see who's healthy and playing good at that point. But shout out to Deron Bland. Yet another interception today. He's well on his way to a Pro Bowl bid, in my opinion. He has 3 INTs for touchdowns. 3 INT for touchdowns. So there's nobody close. Bland is a baller, people. He really is a baller. Let me just pull up the, let's see, team stats. First downs. Dallas had 32 first downs to 16 of the Giants. They doubled them up. Passing 19, rushing 12. Okay. I still think, like I told you guys before, I still believe that we are a pass-first offense. We need to pass to set up the run. I think once we do that, we will be fine. We need to get this offensive line continue to gel and just play together. It's not so much injury. It's just stay healthy. Knock on wood. Stay healthy. Third down efficiency. Dallas was 6 for 12. The Giants were 0 for 12. That'll really help out your defensive stats, that's for sure. Total plays, 77 to 55. Total yards. Dallas, 640 total yards to 172 from the Giants, and they got a lot of that in that last drive. Total drives, they each had 13 drives. Think about that. They each had the ball 13 times, and yet Dallas had 640 yards. It was an ugly game. Yards per play, Dallas 8.3. Giants 3.1. Like I said, passing, including Cooper Rush, Dallas had 472 passing yards to 61. Eesh. Very, very interesting and expected. Let's face it, expected. I called a 44 to 13, and it was 49 to 17. I figured there would be some garbage points. Sack yards lost. Dak Prescott was not sacked. We sacked the Giant QB 5 times. Uh, so that's good. That's a good thing. Penalties. Wow. We had 9 penalties. Still a lot of penalties. I think that was the Giants. I think we had 2 penalties. Um, Interceptions thrown. Yeah, okay. Yeah,
The
exactly.
power of 5 serum benefits in one bottle.
Sorry about that. But yeah, all in all, and the last thing is possession time. We had it for 37 minutes and 21 seconds to 22 minutes. So all in all, it was a good game. At the end of the day, we got the job done. I'm not going to sit there and brag about the Cowboys after beating the Giants, but it's especially when you're giving up 17 and a half points. They covered. Shout out to the Cowboys. Like I said, this sets up a good 3-game stretch for us, like I outlined. The Eagles pull up their schedule real quick. Well, I know next week they play. Let's see. Right now we're 2 games back from the Birds. Week 11. Yeah, we are at Carolina. We're going to get the dub. Eagles play Monday night at the Chiefs. Right now, the Chiefs are a 2.5-point favorite. So, it should be interesting. Very interesting. I think the Eagles have a chance to win that game. But let's say that the odds makers are right and the Eagles lose. Eagles lose, we win. We're winning our game. We're 1 game back. Okay? Just hear me out. We're 1 game back after next week. Assuming you lose, you're the underdog. I think you can win that game now. But we'll see. Dallas is home on Thanksgiving. As of right now, they're an 8-point favorite. We've won 12 in a row at home. We'll be 13 at home. Eagles are home against the Buffalo Bills, and as of right now, the Eagles are a -3. This is where we got to see. If the Eagles lose to the Chiefs, that puts them, that's tough. I say they split these games. However they do it, they split. Okay, so we're still 1 game back. You go to week 13. We're home against Seattle. We're a 5-point favorite right now. I expect to take care of business. And the Eagles, as of right now, are... I know who you play. There's no line for it right now. Oh, yeah, there is. Right now, you're a -3 against the 49ers. So let's say you win 2 out of 3. That sets up... If you win 2 out of 3, then we have to beat you to tie you. Well, if we win our games. And if we win, I don't know the tiebreakers as of yet. We would have split. But I think it is an honest opinion if Dallas, because we got a couple games after that we'll probably split. In order for us to have a shot at the division, we need the Eagles to lose 2 out of the next 3. I don't know that that's going to happen. We just got to worry about the Cowboys. We got to worry about playing good, sound football and to rack up the W's and gain momentum. We're going to be playing some good teams. Like I said, we're going to be playing Seattle. We're going to be playing Buffalo in Buffalo. We don't get them at home, Philly. That sucks, but it is what it is. We're going to be playing at Miami. Not at home against Miami. Like the Eagles get Buffalo and Miami at home. Yet we got to go to Buffalo and at Miami. So it is what it is. We shall see what Buffalo is. That's going to be a tough game. I'll give the edge to Buffalo. And Miami, we'll see. So still a lot of football to be played. I think a lot of it depends on health of both teams. It's a 2-team race at this point between the Eagles and the Cowboys. The Eagles have an inside step, no doubt. But I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, last week was rough. This week was expected. I'm looking forward to what's to happen in the future. I think we're going to play the Eagles a third time in the playoffs. That's just my opinion. Um, but a good win, a sound win. You could never be upset with how things worked out. Don't forget, tomorrow afternoon on my lunchtime chat, probably around 2:30-ish. Don't forget to check me out. And one last thing, people.
You like that? You like that?
I loved it. I friggin' loved it. And on to the next.
How about them Cowboys? Yeah!
Later.